Hello YouTube world, Mike Daddy 1911A1 here with the Shade Tree Survivalists. Say hello to my E.B.R. Exceptionally beautiful rifle. How about them apples, No, E.B.R. stands for Enhanced Battle Rifle. It's not exactly brand new. My stock system is, but the E.B.R. chassis system is not new. Sage International Limited out of Michigan. They are the ones that manufacture this stock system, and this particular type of stock system is the one used by the Navy SEALs, though this is a civilian version. The military version has a 5-bolt upper. This is a 6-bolt upper, and mine has the 5 screw, actually not bolt but screw upper. With the situation that's going on in the country right now, especially the deal up in Connecticut, I thought, broke or not, going into debt or not, doesn't matter. I've got to do something to make sure, just in case. Alright, that's the whole damn point of the Shade Tree Survivalists. That is the whole damn point of even owning a rifle of this type, or any firearm, to be honest with you. Now, you know, we all know that the damn libtards of the universe, they wanted you to believe that only the military and the police should have firearms, especially ones with detachable box magazines and that are semi-automatic. And for the people out there who are new to this and they see this video, they don't have any idea what semi-automatic means. Well, this is a gas-operated rifle, and it strips a little bit of the gas out of the barrel as the cartridge is fired, and the bullet travels down the barrel. Some of the gases are vented down and operate the action, which all it does is unload the spent cartridge and reload a fresh cartridge into the chamber. Until you pull the trigger again, it will do nothing. Okay, that's all it is. It's a self-loading platform. Now this is a 1911A1 handgun. It works off the, it is a self-loader, but instead of working off gas to reload, it is recoil operated. The actual act of recoil drives the slide back, and in doing so ejects the spent cartridge, and when the spring recovers it and starts it back forward, it strips off the next cartridge and puts it in the chamber. This is recoil operated. That is gas operated. Okay. I was going to do had a big piece of paper wrote out with all the crap I was going to tell you about this damn thing, and it would not come out right to save my life. You need to know this: if you decide to go and get a Troy chassis or a Sage International chassis to put your M14 in, or they also make an M1 Garand chassis for the old venerable M1 Garand of World War II fame and Korean fame. They also make a Mini 14 up to the 180 series that the chassis will fit for the Mini 14 by Ruger. But if you buy one of these, or want to buy one of these damn things will add about 2 pounds of weight to your weapon before you do any damn thing else with it, period. If you add a big scope, like the one I got on there, that's another pound. You add the bipod, that's another pound. Alright, every time you add something, you're adding to the weight of it. What you are doing, though, is enhancing the capabilities of your weapon system. So you have to make up your mind, and believe me, I did a lot of soul searching. I actually almost went and purchased a Ruger Gunsight Scout bolt action rifle. But the more I thought about it, I mean, I had options. What these options are, I had a certain budget, about $1,500. What to do with that money that would enhance my capabilities as being able to defend myself and my family, my country from the scumbags of the universe. So, if I got the Scout, I'm going to limit the amount of lead I could throw at them. If I went another route, I seriously considered the SR762 by Ruger, which is the 308 version of the their new AR platform, which is a piston-driven platform. I actually had pretty much made up my mind that's the way to go. That is a $2,000 rifle. Ran it by Uncle Fester. He like to have a heart attack. And he said, why? You have a battlefield-proven rifle right there that does not give any damn trouble. And the AR platform, piston or not, the bolt rides down that tube and you throw some crap in that damn tube and the next damn thing you know, you got trouble on your hands. Okay, fine. So I sat down, I thought about it for another week. And I settled on the chassis. But like I said, it adds 2 pounds of weight to the rifle. But I'll tell you what it also does. It makes it very accurate. Alright. I'm going to zoom in here. And I don't know if this camera can pick it up. Yes, you can. I'm going to... like I said, this is like the 3rd or 4th time today I've tried to do this. It just has not come out. Actually, it's about the 7th or 8th time. You see that screw right there in the middle? Right in the middle of the screen. You see that little shiny piece above it? That right there, that is the Sage version of this right here. That right there is the operating rod guide. Alright, it attaches to the barrel right here where this shiny piece is at. Alright, and your operating rod, that that keeps it in line right behind the gas system here. And your operating rod runs up through there and up and attaches to the bolt in the rear. But that there is a big rectangular hunk of steel. Okay. And I don't even know how much of that you could see. I'll have to go back and review it. But anywho, it bolts your action to the chassis with 3 1/4-inch size hardened steel screws. And you can see that one right there in the center. And there's another one on the bottom and another one on the other side of the rifle. What is so special about that? Well, if you know a damn thing about sniper rifles, you know the action and the barrel are bedded into it, into the stock system. M40, A1, A2, A3 sniper rifles that you hear so much about, and the rest of the barrel is free floating. Okay, the point, I mean, the advantage of the system as it sits right now, what you're looking at is that damn thing is bolted to the chassis, to the bottom part of the chassis. And I put some the red Loctite in there, and I torqued it down to 25 inch-pounds as they recommended. And that right there effectively beds the rifle. That, and of course, is very tight. But the trigger group on it, you know, on it, M1A, M14, M1 Garand is what locks the action into it. Okay? But it's very tight. I actually had to tap it all in there with a hammer. But when I was doing, installing it, I made sure I greased the piss out of that block and inside that channel, so that when I put it in there, it would not scar up the aluminum, and so I could take it in and out without loosening it up. Do not want to compromise accuracy, but I damn sure don't want to compromise the reliability of the rifle by not being able to take it out and clean it. Now, am I going to do it every freaking day, every week, every time I shoot it? No. Just when it gets good and dirty, then I'll take it apart and really clean the piss out of it. Another thing. Here's another little bitty screw right here in the front. Alright, I'll go over there, I'll walk over there. But the top one in this video, in this picture here, let me show you. Right here. That screw is anti-barrel whip screw. You fire a high power cartridge through a steel barrel, it is free floated. It'll cause a barrel in some cases to whip. On the original military rifle, the barrel was fairly thin, so it would cool off real quick. Mine has a national match grade medium contour barrel, so it's a lot thicker than a standard military barrel, and it may not whip nearly as bad, but that little screw right there was added, and they said it dramatically, that and that steel block that we were talking about right there, dramatically increased the accuracy of a stock military fully automatic M14 rifle from about 7-inch group at 100 yards, which was acceptable by the military, which a lot of them, you know, especially the Winchester actions, they did a lot better than that, but that was what was acceptable. Down to some of the rifles are shooting .43 of an inch. Okay, that's less than half an inch group at 100 yards. That is out freaking standing. All right, let's zoom on out here. One of the other things that helps with the accuracy on these rifles is this baby right here. This here is a Smith Enterprises Vortex flash hider. Now somebody go, no, that's a muzzle brake. No, sir, that is not a muzzle brake. That is a flash hider. The point being that it disperses the propellant gases as the bullet leaves the barrel, so it doesn't have a huge explosion. You can look at my avatar on this page, and you can see me holding my 1911, firing it, and the fireball coming out the end of it. That will give you away so freaking fast, it's not even funny, especially from a high-powered rifle. And we all know 308 is not exactly a powerhouse. It's not a 300 Winchester Magnum or blah, blah, blah. Well, whoop-de-freaking-do, a 308 is still better than a 223 all freaking day, or a 270, or a lot of other daggum cartridges out there. And it is, until the war in Afghanistan, it was the primary sniper cartridge, which they're going over 300 Winchester Magnum because they're engaging these guys at distances it's absolutely unheard of. But that baby right there is designed to prevent that big bright muzzle flash that will ruin your night sight, but worse, it will give away your position. And we were already rambling on for 20 minutes. Let's get down to the brass tacks. This sucker's got enough freaking Picatinny rail on there to start World War III. Full-length rail on top up to this point, to the receiver. Full-length rail bottom back to the receiver. 6-inch section on either the left-hand or right-hand side. We have sling mount here, a double sling mount at the rear of the receiver. Let me make sure you can't see it in this. All right, let's zoom it right in. All right, that little, you got a double one here for a single point. And you got one, I mean, it's one solid piece, but there's two of them, one on each side. And then at the very rear of the stock system, you also have two of them. Let me zoom in on it. And down we go. Right there. Let me go over here and point it out. Right here. All right. Oh, I need to tilt the rifle a little bit, get a little bit more light on the situation. Love my new bipod. Black Hawks border model with the pan and tilt. And it is bad to the bone, but there you go. You can see it's already getting scratched up, but the new sling that I have got has got some seriously heavy duty freaking hooks on it. I'll go ahead and show it to you. This is a Black Hawk CQD, D as in Dieter. The man that designed it, former Navy SEAL who designed these things. But it's off the chain too. I just love this damn rifle. But I'll tell you what, it has added some serious weight to it. And if I'm going to be tromping through the woods with it, there's two things I'm definitely going to do right off the bat. I'm going to pull that damn bipod off of there. And I'm going to pull that scope off of there because it's getting in the way and it'll get banged up pretty quick. And just carry it and shoot with iron sights. But brother, you go prone with this thing, it is a dream. Just handles beautifully on when you're on the ground, and the weight of it it pivots around with that bipod so wonderful. I mean, it's I love it. But anyway, I'll zoom out a little bit more. Well, I can't, so I'll just leave it like that and show you what I'm talking about. See, you can go about 45 degrees either way, and it doesn't move the freaking bipod. And then if you need to change magazine, I mean, if you loosen this thing up, you can just flip it over on the side, slap that magazine out, slap a new one in, and right back on action. No problem, which there's enough clearance under there even without it. This is a 9-inch. I wanted a 6, but I'm sort of glad now. And damn, I'm spilling coffee everywhere. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to detail, folks. I'll edit that part out. Oh, and the only reason it did that is because the chamber's not open and you're having to push against the bottom of the bolt. Oh. Can you say lovely? I can say lovely.